Hi, my name is Christus, one of the product consultants here in ManageEngine. It will be my pleasure to give you a demonstration of ManageEngine Password Manager Pro. In this video, I will walk you through the primary functionalities of Password Manager Pro. This will give you an idea of how Password Manager Pro can help you strengthen the security of your enterprise. Password Manager Pro is a privileged identity management tool that helps you control, manage, monitor, and audit the entire life cycle of privileged access. It includes three modules, which are Privileged Account Management, Remote Access Management, and Privileged Session Management. Here is the login page for Password Manager Pro. I log in as an administrator and take you through all the operations that an administrator can perform. The Users tab is where you'll find all your users listed. As you can see, we have various authentication options to get users onboarded, such as Active Directory, LDAP, Azure AD, SAML, Smart Card or PKI certificates, and radius-based authentication. You can pick any one of these options for importing users. If you want to add another layer of security for users' login, we offer two-factor authentication. As you can see, we support well-known TFA applications such as Google Authenticator, Dio Security, and Radius Authenticator. If you use any SAML service for single sign-on, you can leverage that in Password Manager Pro to allow SSO authentication for all users. To facilitate controlled role-based access to Password Manager Pro's secure vault, the product offers 5 predefined user roles, which should cover the requirements of most enterprises. The 5 roles are Privileged Administrators, Administrators, Password Admins, Password Auditors, and Password Users. If you need a different user role, you can go to the Roles section here under Customization to cook up your own custom user role by defining what a particular user can and can't do within Password Manager Pro. You can have an unlimited number of Password Auditors and Password Users with an unlimited number of passwords. As far as licensing goes, licensing costs are calculated only based on the number of admins, as they are generally the ones who handle the tasks of setting up Password Manager Pro, adding resources and delegating them to users. The difference between an administrator and a password admin is that an administrator will be able to add resources, create and modify users, and access the audit logs, while a password admin will only be able to add resources. In addition to all the abilities of an administrator, privileged administrators have access to 3 exclusive privacy features. I log in as a privileged administrator to show you these options. You can find the IP restrictions option under Configuration, which will help you control the incoming network traffic. The privacy setting option under Settings for changing the privacy controls, and the emergency measures option under Manage for controlling emergency access within Password Manager Pro. Now let's take a look at Password Manager Pro's Privileged Account Management module. Password Manager Pro works as a secure centralized vault that stores all types of passwords and digital documents like certificates, encryption keys, license keys, and other resources that need to be delegated to users on a day-to-day basis. As part of Password Manager Pro's resource management options, you can use the Discover Resources option right here to discover IT assets in your network and their associated privileged accounts. As you can see, resource discovery is supported for Windows, network devices, VMware, and Linux. If you have your privileged password stored in a CSV or a KeePass file, you could very well perform a bulk import here. Password Manager Pro automatically discovers the list of service accounts that are used to run different services on your member servers. This way, you can achieve fully automated management of service accounts and scheduled tasks. When a password for a service account gets changed in Password Manager Pro, it is automatically updated for all services across your member servers. You can reset an account password using the Change Password option here. You can customize and create your own password policy. Admins could share passwords at an account level, resource level, and resource group level. If you prefer to share only the local administrator password with your users, here is what you need to do. Let's create a resource group and name it Local Admins. Here, you can apply dynamic criteria where the user account equals administrator and the resource type equals Windows. This will pull up a list of administrator accounts associated with Windows resources. You can share the passwords with the group with either view-only access, modify access, or full access. Scheduled password discovery and rotation is yet another key feature of Password Manager Pro. With this, you can schedule password resets for different accounts at different intervals, which in turn helps you stay compliant with IT regulations. For critical devices such as firewalls and servers running critical applications, Password Manager Pro's Remote Access Management module can help you streamline the process of delegating of remote resources to users. You can use our access control feature to put each privileged access request through multiple layers of approval. The approving authorities will control the time frame for each access. You can do this by selecting the required resources and configuring the access control for them, as shown on the screen now. The access is exclusively provided to the requester and will use a randomly generated one-time password. Here you can choose which admins can approve password requests. Here you can set a timeout period for the session, after which the session will end and the password of that resource will be reset automatically. If you would like to extend a user session with a grace period, you can do that too. You can integrate Password Manager Pro with your help desk and approve password requests only if the user has a valid ticket ID. Here you have the provision to auto-approve requests for a specific time period. This will help you manage incoming password requests in a more organized manner. Password Manager Pro provides both Android and iOS mobile apps which you can use to approve password requests and much more while on the go. Once a user logs into Password Manager Pro, they'll be able to retrieve passwords as well as automatically log on to remote resources. This way, the RDP session to the target resources is launched from user's browser. Auto logon is supported for Windows, SSH and SQL based devices. The beauty of this feature is that it allows you to record the whole transaction. Password Manager Pro uses a tailored version of RDP Gateway Engine to record sessions. You can access the audit trail and view the recording via the video playback option. However, if you don't wish to hand over the actual passwords while sharing resources with your users, you can disable the Allow User to Retrieve Passwords option for any resources with auto logon configured. The security audit role plays a key role in any organization. Password Manager Pro's Privileged Session Management module comes with an end-to-end monitoring and tracking system that helps you launch privileged sessions for RDP, SSH and SQL right from the web interface. These sessions can be recorded, archived and played back to support forensic audits. Connections launched to remote databases from Password Manager Pro can also be recorded. This will give you a complete picture of who, what, when and where right here from the dedicated audit console. You can also get real-time notifications for any type of operations. Active remote sessions will show up on the list of live RDP connections as shown here. And admins can shadow these sessions anytime. This way, admins can terminate a user session in real time should the need arise. If you are a Linux user or you predominantly use SSH keys for authentication, you can store and manage your keys right here from the SSH keys tab. This section gives you the ability to discover and consolidate the keys in your network, create new keys, associate or dissociate keys, and enforce automatic and periodic key rotation for those user accounts. There are separate tabs for monitoring the activities related to key association and key rotation. Aside from SSH keys, you can also manage SSL certificates using Password Manager Pro through the Certificates tab. From here, you can discover and consolidate certificates from sources like SSL, Active Directory, and Microsoft Certificate Store. You can create new self-signed certificates and deploy them. We also have the provision to periodically scan the certificates for vulnerabilities. You can use the certificate request workflow to track requests to third-party certificate authorities. In addition to this, we have integrated with Microsoft Certificate Authority to help you sign locally generated certificate requests without having to log into your CA. However, to activate these two tabs in Password Manager Pro, you'll need an add-on which is priced based on the number of keys and certificates you want to manage. Password Manager Pro allows you to forward every audit event stored in here to any of your SIM solutions as a syslog message or a SNMP trap. You can configure this from the admin console here by giving some basic information such as the hostname, port, and SNMP community. Under the Reports tab, Password Manager Pro allows you to choose from a wide range of canned or build your own custom reports. Suppose you use hard-coded passwords in the form of configuration files and bash scripts, you could use APIs to eliminate these passwords with Password Manager Pro. As of now, Password Manager Pro supports RESTful APIs, XML RPC, and SSH APIs to help you with application-to-application password management. You will find the option to configure password management APIs under the configuration section in the admin console. In addition to this, Password Manager Pro offers high availability to achieve data redundancy. This way, you can implement an active standby mode. In the worst case, if the primary goes down, users can use the secondary server to perform their day-to-day activities. Password Manager Pro also offers failover service for clustered SQL environments by providing always-on database replication. I hope this overview has been useful and informative. Kickstart your evaluation instantly by downloading the 30-day trial edition using the link in the video description. We are happy to assist you at any point during the trial period. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.